Hey all, welcome to Infobook Technologies YouTube channel. I'm Raj Kumar. So we're going to learn about start a service. So far we'll learn start an activity, what is activity, and what are the operations and life cycles in the activity. So please watch the previous videos before start into the service. So service, what is service? Service is an application component, which means Android application component. It represents either an application's desire to perform a long-running operation, which means it runs in background, which doesn't have UI. So basically, service has two types: bound service and unbound services. So the bound service, which binds the user interface using bind service method. Also, it performs client-server interface that allows component to interact with the service. Also, it provides IPC, it's inter-process communication. When it comes to unbound service, when a service starts with an application component, such as an activity, start it by calling start service method. This service runs indefinitely in the background. Even the started component is destroyed, this service it won't destroy. By using or by calling on stop method, we can stop this service. So next is Lifecycle of Service. If you see both the services, bound service and unbound service, it starts with on create method, and in the service it goes to on start command where you perform the operations and everything. So and then the service runs indefinitely. Where in the bound service, if you see, it goes to on bind method where you will bind the service with the UI component. So the client and the bound service will be interact each other. And once the no longer the service is required, then we unbind it by using on unbind method. So this is the life cycle of the bound service and unbound services. So when it comes to service, start a service by using start service method. Service is a base class for all the services, even for both bound and unbound services. Services always runs in main thread, which can slow the performance of the application. Where we are using Intern service, which also extends services but runs in worker thread to request on at a one time. It will destroy automatically when there is no request in the queue. This is the difference between service and intent service. If you see, service runs in main thread, intent service runs in worker thread. So it doesn't maintain the queue, which means it is asynchronous. Where the intent service is synchronous, it will run one by one, which means it passes one thread at a time. Need to use on stop method to stop the service. Where in the intent service, you don't have to stop by using any method. When there is no thread, it will stop automatically. Android Studio, we're going to create a service class. Plain sample service as well. So I'm going to expand service. So it will ask for write method. So if you perform bind service, you can go with this one. Otherwise, with, basically we need on start command where we perform the operation. and from here we're going to call the service. And this the second or sample service. Service. So, and we call this service by using start service. As I said earlier, so every component must be defined here. So we define it here, sample service.